Hey, you guys.
Hi, guys.
I just started the video.
Hey, you guys.
I think it's like the 19th of June or something like that, and we're gearing up for Cancer season. It is the summer solstice, and we're dealing with cardinal water. So when we think of that cardinality energy, that cardinal energy, we're thinking of initiating change.
Change is in the air.
Exactly.
And in the spirit as well.
Change is in the air. You guys have been feeling it. We've been feeling it. It's like that mutable energy of Gemini, which we're still in, is coming to, rest. Because, right? How active was that?
Let's talk well, first of all, I'm Dale. Hi.
I'm Kendrick.
And this is Providence Tarot. Thanks for watching. And this is a general read for everybody. So let's start this video off by saying that, because some of you may be like, well, I'm not a Cancer, and so this isn't for me. But if you study astrology, you'll know that obviously all the signs affect us and the planets affect us in different ways. Even when we don't have different houses and different things filled in, it's still affecting us in different ways. So you have Cancer somewhere in your chart and it's probably affecting you in that way. I don't know what that is for you as a person. But particularly if you have Sun, Moon, and Rising Cancer, this is probably going to resonate the most. Or if you have Venus. But this is a general read for everyone during the season of Cancer. So depending on how you feel and are affected with your Sun, Moon, and Rising is how Cancer may affect you in these ways. And we're just using the cards to kind of clarify some of that. And we'll be talking a lot about the sign of Cancer. And we will go through when we go into the different signs, what it means to be a Cancer. So I like to definitely start really there. And then we'll know.
And then we'll just talk about these later.
Yeah, and then we'll just know what's going on with the cards after that. So, what is Cancer? Cancer is the first water sign. That's the first thing to know. There are 12 zodiac signs. There's the negotiation, of course, of Serpentarius, the 13th sign, and all of this stuff. A lot of different beliefs with that. We're just going to go with classic astrology here. With 12 signs, and Cancer being the fourth sign. Even in New Age astrology, Cancer is still the fourth sign, I believe. And it's the house of family, it's the house of the mother. It is the maternal sign of the zodiac. Right. And
very maternal, nurturing, loving.
Right.
Encouraging. Right.
Very much willing to encompass, willing to be filled, willing to, accept, right? Very accepting of different energies, accepting of things. This is why a lot of Cancers are easily affected by other people. Because they're empaths by nature, and so they can very much easily pick up, although scientifically we have all discovered that energy is passing between us as individuals, right? And that energy that is actually happening. And
when you think about Cancer being the first water sign, we haven't dealt with emotions yet. Oh my God. But there's so many things that I'm feeling from, what I am and what I have and what we're communicating.
It's the mother of things, so it's like instinct, innate, things that you feel from your parents. Right. You're like, where did this feeling come from, or where did this habit even come from? It came from before you even existed. Right. And you were born into this habit, or into this circumstance, or into this way of thinking, or into this, synopsis, right? That's how deeply, Cancer can go. And the mysteries of the ocean in general, because Cancer really does symbolize the ocean and the emotions of the ocean. It was beautifully written. I can't remember who. It was anonymous. Someone had said, Cancer is like if you could take the molecules of the ocean and crystallize them. Like every molecule is like a feeling that a Cancer could have, right? That's how sensitive to emotions Cancers can be at times, right? So this is during Cancer season, so for everyone, basically, this is saying, obviously, a lot of emotions are going to be highlighted right now. A lot of time with family, or when people do family trips, summer trips, family reunions, things to deal with the house, birthdays, all that type of stuff, ceremonies, weddings, in summertime, this type of thing, concerts, feelings, emotionally from gatherings.
The importance of Cancer is so great because it's like you've gone through 3 stages already, right? And think about what the 3s mean in like the tarot, right? It's that creative force, it's that creativity that's met next by the structure, right? So it's like Cancer brings us a little bit more structure because now we have all 4 elements represented with Cancer coming in. And it is a cardinal sign for that reason. And it changes just the season. We're going into the summer season, right? So after that beautiful season of Gemini, not really knowing what was going on sometimes, and really knowing what was going on sometimes, and not giving a fuck, not caring sometimes.
Right. And that's very different. We have
to get to Cancer so that we can actually think about the history, right? Because it's like once we go through Aries, Taurus, Gemini, okay, those are enough past experiences right there for us to be living in those past memories, feeling from those past memories, really being nostalgic towards those past memories, because now we're able to feel that stuff, right? What that stuff meant to us, what the value of it was, right? Different than Taurus. Taurus is just like all the stuff that you're provided with so that you can make it to the next stage, really, for growth. So that you can begin to like communicate with people and speak and learn what it is to be around people socially and be around other kids and play. Then you get into that Cancer energy where it means to be fair and to understand other kids or people's feelings and that they have them, right? Because it's like considering that they feel. It's not just about me anymore. Cancer is still in that first part of the zodiac where it's like about the, individual. But they're the first very receptive on the plane of like just considering someone else's thoughts, feelings.
Overly considerate, can definitely overly. I have a Cancer moon, and so does Kendrick actually. So this is obviously, we know Cancer well, and your moon placement being how you see yourself and, your receptivity, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. I was the type of child that when I had a toy or a stuffed animal or something, or action figure, more like my stuffed animals, especially when I was really young. When I came in from like playing outside and it was laying on the floor face down, that was like a traumatizing experience to me. Like, not in any major way, but I am a Leo sun, so it was like, my stuffed animal couldn't breathe. I'm sorry that I left you on the floor face down like this. And I would pick it up and I would put it on my bed. It's like this type of attention to care. It being like this need to nurture something. This need to be affected by its emotion. It was a stuffed animal, but at the time, as a child, it was real and I had neglected it somehow, right? Cancer, right? Worrisome. Because Cancer is very much have a very deep desire to be loved and accepted. I mean, all the water signs do, especially Pisces and Cancer. And it very much wants to love. The deepest desire of a Cancer is to love and be loved in return. So a lot of, in this season, will be highlighted. Venus just left Cancer, and it's now in Leo.
Right. So what did you learn from Venus?
What did you learn from it, right? With Venus being in Cancer.
It wasn't easy.
Right, and the feelings, right? Feels and the love and the logic. And now you're getting into Venus and Leo, which now we're talking about the heart of it. We felt all those things. Now, what are the actions to create this type of beauty? Right? Cancer is magical. Cancer is alluring. Cancer rules the breast. So that could be highlighted during this period of time for whatever reason. Guys could be working on their muscles, summertime, right? Pecs. Girls could be thinking about different things that accentuate their top area, like
bathing suits,
right? The right fitted one, and how that all, constructions of things also. It's a 4, so it's not 1, 2, 3, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're starting over with the fire with Leo. Right, and also about natural kind of alluring beauty that's coming from a passive place. It could still be aggression, but it would be passive aggression, right? It's like the idea of courtship or the idea of making plans happen in a way that isn't necessarily seen and clear. Like, oh, you like this person and they always come here and do this. So you're going to dress up in this to get their attention.
Cancer gives good advice too, because it's like it's the fourth sign, right? So there's that structure there, but then it's also the sign of feeling. So it's like there's going to be really some purpose behind the feeling, and you know, because they're so receptive, they really want
fickle relationships.
Right, they really want to give you the offering of which that is like the most genuine of their feelings, and they want you to give them yours too. I mean, there's going to be other aspects, planetary and things, you know, that affect that energy, but you know. They really do want to like.
They need to be needed.
You, yeah.
All of the summer babies do. That's actually the spine of the summer, which is Cancer, Leo, Virgo. All of those signs need to be needed. They have a very strong need, you know, in a different way. Cancer is emotional.
Right. They need to
Leo is more about
feelings.
the attention. Right. And Virgo's more about the like ritualism and the progression.
Well, how can I help you?
Right.
Right.
And also seeing that land on you, because they want to make sure that they were the one that was responsible for seeing that progression happen. Right. So overall we pulled a significator card for you guys. We're doing like a cause and effect general reading for the Cancer season period of time. And right now, it's 10 of Wands.
You guys are feeling burdened.
So this could be a lot of different things. It could be talking about just feeling kind of like withered with a situation that has to do with your spirit somehow. It could be like your job and like how you feel at work and just feeling really tired with the duties of work. Or it could be a relationship and like you just know this person and you know that you know this person and this person isn't going to change, and you guys used to have something great and maybe it's just not as great as it used to be, and so you're very just tired. You could be just feeling like squaz so much that you're either going to have to go up or down, like the change is happening, like it's like you've got all 10 of those rods or wands, and you're carrying this thing, and something like you're on the precipice of the new beginning of spirit, because you can no longer, it's like being in Cancer now, it's like you're really gonna look at the depth of the fire of the spirit. So you know there's an opposition there.
This is too much activity, actually, you know, and it's like he's saying there's so much that you're dealing with. You're feeling burdened by all of the situations, all of the places that you're going, all of the things that you're doing, all of the things that you're having to attend to. So it's kind of like you need to come to a place where you are really only doing what you absolutely have to. Stop creating situations for yourself that actually don't need to be there, right? Because you're creating problems too, and that's why you're feeling burdened. You need to really learn from these situations and try to cut out some of those things that are making you feel weighed down.
Some of you will be traveling, obviously, with Sagittarius energy being there. It could be like you were pushed to travel or pushed to move, or it could be like something that has been in the works for a while, actually, because you could have been running a race with it. It is 10 rods.
Right.
So it's kind of like an accumulation, but it also symbolizes a possible new beginning there with the 10. So that's the overall theme.
Mm-hmm.
Now the goal here is Pluto, so that's the great reveal.
Beginnings, right. So you actually need this cleansing. You need this therapeutic sense of being so that you can actually get through this. It's going to help you, you know, feel lighter, right? Because once you release parts of yourself that you're holding on to that no longer serve you, you'll feel regenerated and you'll feel renewed. And that itself is a cleansing. You could even do one, you know, an actual cleansing, you know, with teas or something like that. And I'm not really saying fast, but that could also be one of your cleansings as well, you know, right?
Yeah, it's definitely saying
diet.
It might be just like
You got the
new beginning. Yeah, the new beginning could be like just looking at it for what it is. Pluto is very like
how transforming.
It could be transformation through knowledge. It could be transformation through acceptance of the hard truths. The hard truths of...
It's letting go.
It is letting go. It's letting go of an ideal, in a sense, to see what's really there.
Right.
And that is the goal in that sense.
Able to forgive.
Because that's kind of like the transformation, or like Pluto does rule death. So it's like the ending in order to have the beginning right then in itself is it's a very finite. It's a finite kind of thing to know that we're going to die, to know that we are mortal, and that you cannot control certain things and possess certain things. And the goal here with the new beginning is really, I'm getting a message of acceptance.
Isn't Mercury in Cancer right?
Mercury,
I think it
is in Cancer right now as well.
So that's opposing Pluto and Saturn.
And Saturn, yeah, because they're in Capricorn.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of Pluto being in opposition to, there could be a big reveal, especially in between like a Capricorn and a Cancer kind of energy for sure. For Sagittarius during this period of Cancer time, this could be like maybe a really prosperous time or something like that, because that is your card. There might be a Scorpio as a goal in connection to a couple of people in relationship to business somehow. Could be another water sign, but definitely with Pluto being there, could be in relationship to a Scorpio somehow.
And being that this is Pluto, and Pluto is in your house of in the house of relationships in regards to Cancer, which is what we're talking about. Some of you are dealing with some very platonic energies in your relationships that are making you feel really burdened.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely karmic with Saturn and Libra here.
Saturn and Libra is at the bottom here, so that's what you're working with in your foundation.
Mm-hmm. So
this is what we know, which is like heart loss. That's restrictions of the heart. And this is in general for everyone. So this is really saying a lot.
Everybody's feeling something.
There's a large theme overall. It could have to do with like ideals about our country and our president. It could have
that in my head.
It could have a lot to do. We're talking about societal things
and what's been going on. And
it could talk about institutions, but even in a deeper way, it could talk about your family ideals and your family, like what you think or believe to be. Something did not work out, and now there's like this new feeling of like, it's not really, it is new, but it's old because you've been spirited with it.
Something isn't working out,
something isn't working out still,
because you got this here and this, you're still
and the new beginning is the goal. It's like a whole transition from the heart loss to knowing that the heart loss has happened, but still being in it, to eventually having a new beginning.
We're talking about Cancer Cardinal, and look, you got the Magician at the bottom.
The Magician's at the bottom.
Everybody, this is for everybody.
The Magician's at the bottom, and then at the bottom of the Radiant, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is amazing.
This is a one, and that's a one too. The one.
So that's that's a beautiful card at the bottom, which you're working towards.
Manifestation.
You might be feeling like burdened now, but it's saying like
something's coming.
Something's coming. Some real luck. Some real pentacle energy, like something like maybe a solid relationship, solid family potential, or like a really good job that pays better than the job that you have now. You could be feeling really burdened about a job and a career and wondering if it's gonna work out. With this at the bottom, that's saying yes, it could.
Some of you might even want to quit a job, right?
Yeah, some of you are feeling because Cancer energy is going to make you look at it.
Right.
Cancer is all about evolution, and remember, we said it's the first of the water.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, there's mystery to water. When you think about water, you think about mystery right away. Like when I talk about water a lot, I talk about, how deep is the water? What's the temperature of the water? Is it shallow water? Is it deep water?
Yeah, so there are many different ways.
There are many different ways to think about it. You don't know what's in the water. Is there something in the water? Is there something living or not living? Is it salt water? Is it clear water?
It's like what you were saying about the water and the molecules, and that's every emotion that a Cancer feels, right? That's how you can think of water. It's just so abundant.
The complexity.
Well, I mean, it's not, but then it is. You know what I'm saying?
And it's all really a part of us. Water is spirit. Water is soul, really.
Right. Air is spirit.
Fire is spirit. Fire is more like the origination of spirit. I want to think of like air. I think of logic.
I would say air. But that's okay. We can say that.
But for me, fire is spirit because it's the initiation of the spirit to do something. Aries, boom. Leo, bam. Sagittarius, boom. That kind of like the spark, the discovery of it. So that's like kind of like the
fire
spirit.
Sign is really the first sign.
It's the first sign, so it really is that kind of like
first initiation. It's interesting that I think the opposite of that, because the opposite of the first fire sign is my sign.
Right.
And it's an air sign. So I'm like, it's funny with with Aries and Libra, because for me, I think about how it flips for me from Aries, because sometimes I'm like, how does it feel to be like an Aries? But I feel like I'm an Aries in a different way. You see what I'm saying?
But he's a Libra, so he's thinking like that.
You see what I'm saying?
Like an Aries would never even think that way.
But I'm a one too. Anyway,
it's interesting. We're talking about it, right? But we're like, because of that opposition is true though. Because when you think about Aries, it's like they're too busy just being them, that they're like so forehead, like the discovery of it, and me first, or this happening to me, that they could never.
A very selfish mentality.
You know, even though like Aries, you guys can be very loving and generous at times. It's just your perspective is just very it's just
because we're talking to all you guys. We're talking to Aries,
it's general,
Gemini, Taurus,
and that can be very exciting in the sense that you remind us to just do us too, right? Because Leo does them, and Sagittarius just does them too. But in Aries, it's different. It's like your perspective, and so you can steamroll through things. Or you can kind of be easy to know, but maybe not hold on to. Maybe you are too brute in certain relationships, which would be opposite Cancer. Cancer season would teach you right now to really look at those emotions. You know, what is there to learn there? Okay, in our minds is Justice, which is Libra.
Everybody's seeking balance right now.
Right.
Balance. Everybody's looking for it. Because you got both of these cards. Look, he's holding my card and I got his card.
Balance, right? So what is it saying here? Cause and effect is the cause is that we're looking at our relationships a lot during this season of Cancer, and we're wondering what's fair. How much do I put into this relationship versus what I get out of it?
How much
what you did? What do I need to let go of and not let go of? Actually, that thing did have weight to it. Those type of things. It's a scale, and the effect of it is going to be maybe more sharing of time, money,
it's those
energy,
things
pentacle
of value, but it's there are things of value in a relationship that are actually tangible, so you have to think about those things too, because sometimes people get too caught up in the tangible things, how much money are you making, when are you cleaning those dishes, when are we going to get the apartment done, when are we going to this place and get this thing together on our schedule so we can align, it's all all of those types of things, going to dinners and things like that. They're experiences too, but they are also pentacle related, because there's money involved and you're receiving something. It's a process. There's a product at the end. You know what I mean? So you're just thinking about all of those things in your relationship that have been fair, that have been unfair. Some of you are not even thinking about how you can make things fair. You're just this is just the way it is. Some of you are thinking about how you can make it fair, and some of you are explaining to people, your person, how it is up there. Okay.
Yeah, this is in the mind. Venus is ruling both.
Right? There's so much going on.
Because Libra's there and Taurus is there in the mind. And this is Cancer season, which is all talking about I feel. The motto of Cancer, I'll keep going back to Cancer theme things because it's Cancer season. The motto of Cancer is I feel. So what will be highlighted during this time is feelings. How do you feel and what are you feeling what about? And are you balanced in those feelings? In the relationship, how does your job make you feel? How does your family make you feel? Is it positive? Is it good when you wake up in the morning? Are you excited about these people, about this project? A lot of that type of Cancer energy starts to seep in before the heart, which is Leo.
This is almost even in your relationship, you actually have to seek other avenues of satisfaction, if you will. And I'm talking about many different things.
Because it's Taurus, so it could be sexually,
because there are things that you may not just want to expand out of your relationship. And
you feel like something's not fair, and now you're looking for more in a lot of different aspects for you guys. It could be a better job, it could be a better apartment, or it could be a better man or woman, right? Some of you are just
time with different people.
You after Venus in Cancer season 2, some of you, and Uranus just went into Taurus, some of you are just
this is
really thinking about your ritualisms and thinking about changing up maybe some things that have always been or have been for a while that are not really satisfying you as much as they used to.
We're talking about cardinal energy right here, and there's a lot of
cardinal energy initiations.
Already. See, you got the Justice card, which is Libra. You got the Queen of Raphael down here, which is the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer. Then you've got
High Priestess.
the High Priestess here, yes, right next to the Queen of Cups, which is accentuating that energy.
Right.
And then you've got the Three of Michael down here, which is Saturn and Libra. That's also Cardinal. So it's initiating a lot of different things. Queen of Raphael. This is that person that we were explaining at the beginning of this video. You know what I mean? That energy that we're explaining. This is the season that we're in, and it's really just saying
very intuitive.
This is like double reiterated. This one is restated as well with the 2 cards because they're both water. Oh my goodness, you guys! So we are all dealing with a lot of different types of emotions here and balancing out our emotions.
Yeah, you want to express because the queens are about expression
right?
Too.
Because we were talking about how people aren't expressing their emotions, and that's why they act out externally when they're not expressing those emotions that they're feeling so deeply. It's subconscious.
And it's like the maternal, it's like you could have been holding this. Are you following your heart in the situations? Maybe something regarding the home life or the family life. It could be definitely cause you to share more somehow, because this is about sharing. This is about you not just thinking about yourself. This is about how things affect a mass or affect your family or affect your whole job or affect, even societally things, because this is Cancer. So it's like the wave comes in and it affects different people. How are you anchored in the sand? How good of a swimmer are you?
This is kind of like the key that unlocks the realm of emotion, right? And you don't even need the actual key to do that. You just have to practice your receptivity and your openness. That will begin to unlock it, right? Because you've got to just begin to understand that your feelings are actually another mode of communication. Like, it's you communicating with yourself. It's like your body and your mind and your soul, your physical, your being, your everything that you are communicating with you.
Right. It's tapping into that idea and allowing your true self to shine through. It's like 90% of you is involuntary functions.
Right.
You're only using that 10%. Right. You know what I mean? So It's like your body really does know what's up. Now, are you like in opposition with that?
She cannot ignore this water. I mean, this water is everywhere.
It's everywhere.
She just cannot ignore it. Like, if she ignored this water, she'd just be doing so much damage to herself. Yeah, just acknowledge the water. It's there. Look. She's not trying to get away from this water. She's in it. The moon's out.
Yeah. There was a grave reveal, and there may be another reveal to happen to make something finite from the heart loss, right? And then the burden now. What are you exhausted from? Or are you just physically doing a lot? Are you just traveling a lot right now? You're just doing a lot. You're just feeling like it's too much. Or it's a spirited thing,
right.
In your work area, you could possibly...
Situations.
Yeah, you could possibly... There could be a lot of intimidation somehow. Somebody could be trying to intimidate you or manipulate you. Or it could be just like...
to shake your confidence.
Yeah. There could be like a very heightened, spirited feeling. Somebody could say something really offensive or come across really fiery.
This is Sagittarius energy right here.
Yeah, or it could be passion.
They're always trying to shake your confidence.
It could say maybe you need to put more work into being more passionate or being more fiery. Yeah.
I feel like some of you guys are looking for different things in the realm of work. And it's like the emotions and all of those things that you're going through are kind of like making you feel a little bit of a setback, right? Because you're looking for it, and it's kind of intimidating for you just because of the way you've been feeling lately. So there's a little bit of like angst and intimidation with that, and you feel like you're competing with yourself, but it's like there's nothing, like you're not getting anywhere. You are, but then it's kind of like you're not. Because this is like in between, right? You could go here, you could go there.
Yeah, the vibes fluctuate.
Yeah, it's fluctuating.
And it's like, with this energy, both being wands here in an earthly part of the reading, like this is the earthbound area, it's also what you need to put work towards, not just actual work.
Right.
But it's saying that it's really more spirited, and it has more to do with things that maybe that you need to work on here internally in your spirit, and that the situation, whatever the situation is during this Cancer season, is temporary. It's like a temporary, it's not finite, it can change. Even the way that you feel spiritedly right now and some of the struggles or conflicts you may be having literally with people, friends or family, it will change over because it's a 5. So it's really just in between, lucky or unlucky in the situation here.
Right.
How are you looking at it? You know, are you looking at it in like a healthy competition, or are you looking at it like this is just really cutthroat?
Right.
You know, we're wasting our time.
Right. For those of you who've like who have basically graduated from college now, you guys are going out, you're looking for jobs, you're trying to see like what it is that you were taught in school to expect, but I'm getting that like you shouldn't really expect anything, right? You should just kind of like go out there, do your best, show all of the, you know, capabilities that you have, exercise those, right? And, you know, just be more spirited about your work.
Expect a new beginning by applying yourself in a new way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It starts from the inside.
It's not going to be the same once you leave school.
You know?
It's really not the same. That's just a message for people who are like, you know, because I know a lot of people are like...
He was thinking about that transition specifically.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, this is a huge turning point for definitely anybody who's just graduated.
Right.
Right? I mean, the new beginning, like, that's a new beginning in life. For a lot of people, there's a lot of new beginnings. Some people are becoming parents for the first time. Some people are becoming husband and wives. Right. They're moving away and starting, like, in a new area where they just have never lived before, never worked before, or a new field or a new job. Right. They got a new status. Now they're called this. Right. This type of stuff. A new profession.
Some people are going to college, you know what I mean?
And maybe there's a heart loss that's associated with that for a lot of people, because there's been an evolution of self that has happened, and it's got you feeling burdened spiritually, but overall it's going to be beneficial because you'll be able to change that, and you'll be able to gain the 10 of Pentacles.
Right.
So once you gain that and your routine is set in a way, the reveal happens in Pluto, you'll be feeling good. You know, it's a transition. Let's see what's going on in the heart. We've got the King of Michael, which is Libra-like energy.
Right.
King of Swords.
King of Swords. It could even be Aquarius, right? Because it's a fixed card being that king.
That's double air.
Right, double air, right? So as your perceptions are changing about how you can, like, make things happen. This is the card of Cancer, right? We're talking
about... Wow, that's interesting. We're ending it with Cancer.
Card, right.
And it's Cancer season.
You guys are really thinking about how you can move things along, right? It's like you sort of have been caught up in this web of feelings and this web of, like, circumstances that you feel like you haven't really been able to move or advance or make any changes that make you feel progressive, right? So now it's really about allowing that to happen through all of the wisdom that you have and all of the objectivity that you have with this situation that you've been going through, all of us. You know what I mean? That's what this card says, the King of Michael. Principled, rational, ambitious, and respected. So, you know, it's really taking charge. You know?
I mean, I'm looking at this, and I know this is kind of general.
Yeah.
But Jupiter is in Scorpio, and so we really all have been feeling very deeply about different things in like hidden ways, heritage and our bodies and stuff that we deal with quietly. And with the 3 of Michael, which is Saturn and Libra being what we're working with, and the hard card being Cancer, in the season of Cancer.
Right.
And then having the High Priestess in the water area. This is basically talking a lot about like deep pain. There was like a heart loss.
Right.
It could have been a death. It could have been, I mean, this is something that you've been dealing, because it's a 7 and it's chariot energy. You could have been questioning whether you're on your right path or whether you made the right decision. And it's a slow conflict. It is not a conflict that just happened overnight and it's here. It's like something you have been dealing with.
Right.
It's in your heart.
These are a lot
so
of
it's like a situation
changes of the heart, right?
And to have the sun in Sagittarius there is like it's like a burden. It's like something that you think about, something that maybe it could be a regret.
You want to escape.
It could have been a situation with someone.
Right.
It could be an abusive situation. It could be a abusive situation with a lover or at a job where you're just tired of this situation. and you wonder how you could free yourself in a way that could be positive and okay and safe for you. And that's what I'm getting from this a lot. Keep sharing in your emotions. Keep studying these deeper feelings of yourself. Don't be intimidated by the work that you need to put into getting excited about making these changes for yourself.
Because it's saying that you need to make them and that it's actually happening whether or not you like it.
Because you're just thinking about what's fair in your mind, and you're looking at it like, man, something's got to give here. As far as my time, energy.
Is at the top. Right?
Yeah.
Pluto is really calling for that transformative energy.
And then for others of you, it could be like, this is just you're being too subconscious with your intention. You're being too passive with your intentions in order to try to accomplish your goal. Mm-hmm. You might have to put more work into being actually finite about it.
Exactly.
Like, not trying to pussyfoot around and expect somebody to do something because you really want it and you just hope they figure it out type of stuff. Like, no, it's time out for games. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's time to really
in many different ways, too.
Yeah.
Because this could be friends, this could be lovers, because this could be people who are separated, this could be married people, this could be anybody. Mm-hmm. Because, I feel like I might be dealing with a situation like that too, because it's like sometimes we're talking about the need to express. People, when you sort of like block yourself from being expressive emotionally, you sort of like are repressing part of yourself that really needs to be untied, unshackled, right? It's like, why would you want to do that? It's like you're being communicated with from the most purest part of yourself, and that's going to actually give you a deeper spiritual connection, and you're sharing that with other people. Now you're able to get into relationships that have more value. These are not fickle relationships. These are relationships of substance. Now, there are some really fucking tough relationships that aren't fickle. They're all over the place, and there's so much shit happening, but they may not be fickle. They don't have to.
Yeah,
but that's crazy.
Some of you are like, it's like a relationship or something that got ruined. It could be like your lover, or it could be like a bestie, or it could be like somebody who you just love. Like, you love this person. And they may or may not love you. I'm getting that they probably do too. But there's just some type of, in your mind, you're weighing out what's fair. Maybe you want to share more of yourself.
Right.
Or you want to share more of yourself in other, like with other people somehow. Because of the burden of not being able to communicate maybe long distance with them. Or literal abuse. They could be they could be burning you. There could be like fire there somehow. And then you need to be... you need to be cleansed from this type of burden of their spirit, literally. So it could be that. There could be letting go involved.
You got this column.
There could be letting go involved. That could be the death, the new beginning, the reveal of
Saturn
it.
Underneath, you got Pluto and Saturn in the same column, and in the middle.
Because the magician is at the bottom.
Ten of Wands, right.
Over here with the angel tarot, the magician's at the bottom. So it's like a new situation will come in, or a new initiation will be coming in. So some of you just need to hold on and just know that, like, during this season of Cancer, look at it. The cause and effect of the situation is you've needed to express whatever it is you've needed to express, maybe in the home life or just in your deeper self, with feelings of love or planning or whatever it is. And it could definitely have to do with like a career situation or maybe even an unfairness in a career situation.
This is a very capable card right here. This is like abilities. It's like, but how are you using them, right? So it's like, how are you going to usher in this season and bring about the change that you need, right? Because you got one and then you got two. Yeah.
Right, because they're both giving you different lessons.
And the 3 is actually the 3 of Swords, so that would be what would come next in this reading.
Right.
We're doing
and the Queen is there, which is associated with the 3s, because that's Empress.
Right. So think about that. You really need to exercise that feeling of, or exercise just being more compassionate towards yourself and your emotions and how you feel. It's like when you start
sharing
feeling,
in the home life,
you start
with the
feeling
family.
very deeply about things and you don't know what to do with them, You know, you can actually initiate bad things and you can initiate good things. You know, that's that Cancer energy. It's duality. It could go either way. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling 5 minutes ago, bitch? You know what I mean? Because Cancer energy is very evolutionary. It happens all the time. You're going through so many different emotions. And how you take control of those emotions, right? So that you can begin to think more clearly about everything that's going on. You need that. So stop creating all of those other problems for yourself and making things burdensome. And really
and maybe,
clean it up.
Yeah, and maybe it is burdensome. It might not even be you creating that.
Right, it just feels
It might be what it is, but you know, there needs to be a fairness in your perspective as much as far as like how much energy you put into something. Exactly. And like the work is to put more energy into your own will. You know, if you want to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish, just like throw yourself out there with the Five of Wands being there. It's like, it's the healthy game of life, and just get out there and learn the lessons.
Exactly. And this is for all of you, because we know that people have really big issues who look at the videos. So if you're dealing with like an addiction or something and you want to go into rehab or something like that, or you're just thinking about seeing a therapist, like a therapist to talk to, or a psychiatrist, then like, you know, psychiatrist is a different level. But if you want to see a therapist, you know, do that. You got Cancer right here. You know, some of you are actually thinking of doing that. You know, it actually might be good for you in this Cancer season and in this summer. You know, you have a little bit more free time in the summer. So some of you who have been saying, oh, I don't have time to see a therapist. That's crazy. Now you have time.
Yeah, some of you are going to be sharing some of your feelings more, or trying to, or need to.
You have to.
In order to heal and make this transformation happen, be it with this person that you really miss and are longing for, or just with this version of yourself with these feelings that you just have held on to for so long, and the possibility of having like a successful kind of feeling, like either with your family or with a home life or with just like your feelings of accomplishment are possible. It's like definitely possible to have a new beginning here.
This isn't like 5 year. It could be 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year energy. People are dealing with things that they've been dealing with for a long time, right? Saturn is here in this reading. Pluto is here. That's a long ass time.
The sun.
The sun is here.
The sun is the theme. Sun and Sagittarius. That's talking about really being withered and really like feeling burdened about something, really putting a lot of energy into something, really running the race.
And it's like I said in one of those other videos, like when you look towards the constellation of Sagittarius,
it's also higher learning.
You're looking towards the center of our Milky Way galaxy. So you're understanding, you're seeing the greater scope of things, and that's Sagittarius, right? You need to see the greater scope of things and stop being so preoccupied with how things are not working. Make them work. How can you make them work? How can you make them work? And I'm not saying force something that doesn't need to be forced in order to make it work. Don't do that, right? Drop that.
Be careful with your communication with Sagittarius being there, because it can be very hurtful. There's just like a lot of like some of you are being too hurtful with what you want. You want to make it happen. You want to do these things, and there's like with the Knight of Gabriel being there, it's like put more work into maybe not being so fiery about it, because it's like the healthy competition. Maybe you're being too healthy with that, or too competitive, and then others of you need to stand up for yourselves more, and like put more work into standing up for yourselves and being intimidating about what it is that you actually want too. You have something to offer too.
Some of you need to be more assertive about getting things done that have really just to do with you, because you have a lot of Cardinal energy here. You don't really have a lot of Aries or any for that matter, but you do have Libra, you do have Cancer, and what's the other? Do we have Capricorn in here somewhere? We've got some Pentacles, but we don't have Capricorn.
It's like a lot of Libra, Taurus, Sagittarius, Cancer kind of energy.
It's mixed. This is for everyone. So we got some mutable energy, we got some cardinal energy.
We're just throwing those out there because we see some of those signs here, so they'll affect you in different ways. Some of you, the end result is Sun in Virgo, and that could be, that could mean a lot of different things. Some type of connection with a Virgo, be it a relationship or a family member.
And now that the sun is going into Cancer and Mercury's there. There's going to be a point where the sun is going to be conjunct Mercury in Cancer. And the sun is going to be conjunct Mercury and the moon maybe in Cancer. I got to look at that and see like what's going on with the phases and the movement of the planets. But, you know, I like to look at conjunctions and things like that. And I love looking at the sky when there are conjunctions just to see. I don't have a telescope or anything. I just look with my naked eye.
We're going to let you guys go. But overall, this is good. You know, this is what's going on during the beginning of the summer solstice. Right. It looks like there's going to be some more on the emotional side. We're all dealing with, like, emotions. We're all dealing with
are we going to try to
ringing things in, wondering if we're in our own, like...
We're getting there, Dale. We're going to cut it. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Ooh, we're going to make it. Are we going to make it? Bam.